morning, Saints! It's that time again. Welcome to this week's NDP Live video announcements. I'm Bennett Curran, and we're excited to have a new anchor here with us.
Hi, Saints, and thank you, Bennett. I'm Catalina Qualentone, a freshman here at NDP. I hope everyone is having a good week and staying healthy.
Thank you, Catalina, for helping me out today. Let's get into the headlines for this week. We're going to start off with practice ACT testing. Sophomores and juniors, this announcement is for you. NDP's counseling department has arranged for you to take the full practice ACT at Notre Dame Prep at 9 a.m. on Saturday, February 27th. So why take the practice ACT? It's a great way to find out your strengths and weaknesses prior to taking the actual ACT test this year. To register, just go to ndpsaints.org/practiceACT.
Catholic Schools Week is coming up January 31st to February 6th. The theme this year is Faith, Excellence, and Service. The Common student activities are planning fun surprises as we celebrate Catholic education and our community.
For those looking to travel and be a part of Christian service, you'll be excited to hear about these next opportunities. There are 2 Christian service trips planned for this year, one to Tanzania and one to Aravaipa Farms in Arizona. Both trips are planned through K2 Adventures. Visit the scoop on ndpsaints.org for all the details on how to sign up for these once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Oh, and not to forget, Mrs. Beers and Mrs. Lockvader are accepting applications for ambassadors, house captains, and house grade leaders for next year. Please go to the comm if you're interested.
Bennett, I'm so excited to talk about this next bit of news. The cast for Little Women has been announced and rehearsals start this week. Congratulations to those in the cast and thank you to all who auditioned. For cast and show times, visit ndpsaints.org/drama. Bennett and I are actually in the show and we couldn't be more excited. It's going to be such a great production.
That's for sure, Catalina. I'm eager to get to work with you and all of those who are bringing their talents to the stage. Now, let's talk about sports. There are several games happening this weekend. Boys soccer, boys and girls basketball, and hockey. Good luck to you all and be safe.
If you are a spring sport athlete, boys volleyball, softball, track and field coaches are starting to plan for the season. All Saints interested in competing in track and field this spring, please plan on attending a very short but important informational meeting today at 2:40 in Coach Brown's room 708. To learn more, just go to ndpsaints.org/the-scoop.
And now it's time for our favorite segment of the week, Teacher of the Week. We want to recognize all of our faculty here at NDP for doing an amazing job at making virtual learning a success. But there's one teacher in particular who is raising the bar, and that's Miss D. In her Intro to Business class, Miss D is having her students create their own podcasts. She also plans to incorporate guest speakers for future virtual class Q&A sessions. She even has an interesting business background herself. We caught up with Miss D to hear all about what she's doing in the classroom.
I was asked to take over or start teaching our Intro to Business class, which I was thrilled about since business is my background. So I wanted to make it creative for the kids at home as well as here and have really good assignments that they were going to really learn and kind of stretch themselves in business. A lot of them come from parents that have family businesses or they've been around some big businesses and that. So I really wanted to challenge them to start to learn really good skills in case that was their desire to go into business at the end of college. So I was trying to do the creative part with marketing and business and making very unique lesson plans and using some of my contacts also to kind of throw in there other elements of outside speakers. Like right now they were working on a podcast series, which was great. They were learning how to do business podcasts, as we know, a lot of online stuff. So this gives them a way to work on developing their skills as well as using what direction business is going with like podcasts and stuff, and really work on the public speaking end as well as great marketing tools. I think they really learned, they also, with the podcast assignment, they had to think about a podcast bigger than just one podcast. They had to think about a series. So they had to make it business related, of something they could talk about and do a few series on and develop or build up to business or be explaining stuff to employees. That was kind of the whole purpose. Then they had to think about what kind of ads they would want put in there, or who they would target to maybe advertise during their podcast. So it was kind of bringing in that marketing element of having them think about, who's my target audience, who's going to be listening, what would be a good product that would also fit into my podcast that would be relevant for an ad to be placed there. So I want them to start to think bigger with business than just speaking on a podcast. I use some of my business contacts from both business colleagues that I worked with over the years, some being some of the top people in the automotive industry, some that run some of Audi USA, to some of the bigger CEOs in the country have agreed to come in and talk, or via online talk to the class, and some college colleagues that have family-owned business, whether it's like one of the biggest dealer groups in the country, car dealer groups in the country. So the kids are excited about that because he owns like Rolls-Royce and Ferrari and Bugatti and all those high-end lines that I think will be interesting for them to see how he deals with going into the family business, taking over, which some of them may go and do that later in life. So it's good to hear that personal reference from these guest speakers, that they can give them that insight that we can't teach out of a book. I think it's a great class. I think it would be good for kids, whether they want to go into business or not, just to give them idea of what goes into business. So I'd encourage them to maybe take the class if they can at some point in time, to see what is business about. There's so many different levels to it, from being a manager, CEO, or leader, or in human resources, or finance, or marketing. There's just so many different things that it just gives them that little, touch of what all of business encompasses, so that they can see it, and maybe gives them some good options for college.
Congratulations, Misty. You are this week's Teacher of the Week. We also want to give a shout out to Faith Scaramella. She is planning a virtual Walk for Life retreat next Friday. If you are interested and would like to know more, please see Faith or Father Kurt in the comm.
Now a thank you to our NDP Live official sponsor, Black Rock Coffee at Thompson Peak and Bell. Hey Saints! The time is rapidly approaching for our 2021 Together Auction Fashion Show. Mark your calendars for Saturday, May 8th and come together to celebrate our 2021 seniors as they get their groove on at the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess Resort. Fashions provided by Dillard's at Scottsdale Fashion Square. The night is filled with excitement. There are raffles, silent and live auctions. The entire NDP community is encouraged to join the fun, including alumni. Your support goes right back into keeping NDP the amazing school that it is. Registration for this event is already open. Just go to ndpsaints.org/AFS to purchase tickets and to learn all about that event sponsorship and underwriting opportunities.
Until the end, don't need to pretend again and again. We'll stick together.
That's all the news we have for you this week, Saints.
Thanks again, Catalina, for joining me today. We'll see you next week, Saints.